Thank you.
Hey
Hi,
guys,
Suzanne. How are you?
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
I'll give you guys a 2 minute warning. You can record on your end and I'll let you.
All right. Any big surprises for Gergs this season that you can tell us about?
Yes, gets promoted to chief bailiff, so she's got
Okay.
a few more responsibilities, which will add to the chaos that is her for a couple of episodes until that kind of normalizes. And yeah, that's the biggest surprise that I think that I can share for
And
her
you have
right
a
now.
musical episode. We just heard about that.
Yes, there
You
will
get
be a
to
musical
sing.
episode coming up that is actually quite clever. And then we get the return of Richard Kind with that episode.
Oh, nice. Oh, he's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm watching him on The Watchers on Netflix, and it's nice to see him as a kind of imposing, kind of scary guy. That's really cool.
Yeah, he plays a bad guy sometimes. He was great on Gotham.
Hmm.
He was the mayor on Gotham. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I was on an episode, but I haven't watched the full run, so I got
No,
to
you
go
got to
back and
watch
watch
that.
that.
He's great on that.
Yeah.
He's great on everything. Go ahead, Russ. Sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
steal all your
no,
time.
you're good. Well, hello, I'm Russ Melling from the Direct. Congratulations on the show.
Thank you.
I want my first question is just after the 3 seasons, how would you say your performance of your character has changed and evolved over that time?
I'm definitely a lot more relaxed. You might notice, like in the first season, especially in the cafeteria scene, or anytime I'm sitting, like my leg will just be jumping, 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 or my hands would be like in fists. I'm so nervous. But I'm a little bit more relaxed. The leg does not jump as much. I'm more aware that it's happening, and I don't sway as much. So all those nervous things, I feel more at home. And as I get to know my co-stars, I feel more comfortable around them. And so I'm able to just kind of relax and just let her play.
Well, how has it been this season with the addition of Wendy Malick to the cast?
It's been lovely. It's so lovely. And her energy is just, it's so warm and grounded. And she's such a classy lady. And she's also funny. Like normally, the classy ones, the femme fatales, like they are very straight. They don't, they're not the joke. They don't have the one-liners. But for her, like she marries the femme fatale and the comedian so well that I'm like over here taking notes, like how to be a lady.
Well, so my next question for you is, Donna is a great character and certainly one of the standouts of the show. What do you feel is for you personally, what is the most unique element of her that she brings to the series?
Yeah, I think she lives in the outfields. So sometimes her responses come from nowhere, but then they make total sense in the end. One of my favorites is from the first season, and my co-star is kind of feeling sad, and her response is, "What happened? Did you hit the jukebox and it didn't come on?" And if you know, you know. Like if you know about Happy Days and Fonz would come out and he would hit the jukebox with his hip and it would start playing. If you know, you know. But if you don't, you're like, what? But it's packaged with such concern that you know that she's concerned about him and that he's not very happy right now. But it's just like, okay, well, yeah, that's a way to ask someone what's going on.
Yeah.
So, what have you learned from this season that you may not have learned from previous seasons?
I think I've learned to literally be still, like with the leg jumping and the fist, but there's something that can be said in the stillness. A lot of times some of my responses are just facial, and I
Mhm.
love that about me. It's always been a part of my craft, of my art. And that just goes to show that I'm listening. I am definitely listening and responding in a nonverbal way, which a lot of conversations can be had across the room with someone else that you lock eyes with and you're like like that speaks volumes, so it doesn't always have to be with words. I like that.
It's nice. That's like an extra tool in your toolbox that you can use as an
Hmm.
actor. It's cool.
Hmm.
I want to ask about the future. First and foremost, have you heard anything about a season four? And then, hypothetically, if there is one, what do you most want to explore with your character in future episodes that you have not been able to yet?
Yeah, I would love to explore Gerg's home life. Like, what is that? We know that she has got a huge family. There's two sets of twins that we know of. Is she a twin? That would be fun. We had the Gergs Not Gergs episode in last season when the Duke came to visit. Is there an actual Donna and Diana? Like what what would be her twin? What are her thoughts on having a family of her own? Those are the things that I would like to explore going into when we have our fourth season to see more of Gergs' home life.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a fourth season too.
Yeah.
Uh, so what did you think of her breaking up with the Duke? Do you wish that they brought him back more, or would you like to see her find someone else?
It's a great question. And I can only look at it from my actual perspective as Lacretta, is to know that, I haven't done well in long distance relationships. And with them having an entire ocean between them, like it's going to be hard to make that work. And then on top of that, she's got new responsibilities with being the chief bailiff now. That's going to keep her busy and not allow her to get to visit him as often. And whatever his dukely duties are, those may be increasing as well. So it just may be a matter of them being two ships passing in the night, and you kind of have to let that go so that each one can flourish and find their person. I there is a world of possibilities. We loved having Reese, so maybe they will get back together. Who knows? But sometimes, you have to decide whether you're going to sacrifice parts of yourself in order to make that work. And if you're not willing to do that, then you don't, and you split and you move forward. But I kind of do want to know what happened, because it seemed like to have been a tough thing to do, and that even the footmen were broken up about our breakup. So it was pretty epic. So those are questions for the writers to find out. Like, what happened?
Now, last question for you. Is there anything that when you were performing and working on this show, is there anything you ever like catch yourself doing to avoid being maybe too similar to the original series, or the opposite? Do you find yourself sometimes leaning into something so that it
hmm
does land in a similar fashion to the original?
I think I've established her as an individual well enough, but also like there's nothing wrong with that at all. The what is it? Mimicry is the best compliment, or whatever, however that little phrase goes.
Oh, like the
Imitation
best
is the
form of
best
Imitation.
compliment.
flattery?
Yeah,
Yeah.
imitation. Yeah.
So, we do incorporate. They talk about the married couple that begins to look like each other, or the pet and the human that begin to look like each other. I think we do that from time to time. I've definitely heard um my inflection in someone else, or like the way that Melissa will say, "That's night court, baby." I was like, "Oh yeah, I said it like that too." So I think it's naturally going to happen. I tend not to force or fight anything, because I don't want to comment on the performance, so I kind of just stand back and just see what happens. And the beautiful thing about it is we're going to do 2 or 3 takes anyway, so I don't decide what gets presented to you as the consumer, but all I can do is just listen to my fellow co-stars and respond, and hope for the best.
Mhm.
All right, thanks so much.
Well, thank you
Oh,
so
thank you for
much.
having me.
We'll see you next time,
Bye.
hopefully.
Bye.
Thank you.